minimal in its basic form. Through the course of our kind of rationalising ideas, we realised that we in fact ended up with 7 quite strong female icons, incarnations of Kylie, and we used the incarnations of Kylie. We have Metropolis Kylie, you know, the Queen and her drones. We have the dominatrix Kylie. We have sex Kylie. We have dance Kylie. And so, although there is 7 distinct sections to the show, the themes are quite abstract in a funny kind of way, but become quite obvious when seen from the perspective of an audience. The whole movement on the stage had to be choreographed. Movement in terms of light, how light moved around the stage, how the screens would animate the space, how the screens would move up and down to redefine the space.
We've used it to change the mood of each different section in the show. You know, something like the sunsets or the curtains or the chandeliers is a great example. We were trying to get a real chandelier, which of course would have been far too expensive, so we thought we'll just film them, and it works that much better.
It was like Doctor Who meets 7 of 9, meets the Bald Queen, meets Metropolis Lady. You name it, you threw it in there, and we had to come up with something. And on top of that, we had to make her look sexy, which is like a real effort when you're like encasing someone in fiberglass. So it was a hell of an interesting job.
I'm meant to be the Queen, and they are my drones.
There's all this information on paper, there's all the stage designers, there's the set list, there's people working who've already been working for months and months and months on it. And I start to feel the pressure that I have to carry this show. It's a pressure I love as well, but at that stage of the game, you can't see the wood for the trees. We're going to have, the people are going to be flying from the roofs, and then it's going to be Clockwork Orange, and then it's going to be this and this. And we always have these slight altercations anyway with things.
The choreography concept that I wanted to pursue for the tour basically came out of the On a Night Like This tour. It was a song called Light Years, which was, again, you know, it was almost like a predecessor to the Fever album. And I went to a show at Sadler's Wells, and I saw Raphael's show, and it just was there in front of me. It was, you know, it was perfect, and I knew then that I wanted to work with him.
This was the first time I had to choreograph following a very strong, already written, detailed treatment. That had never happened before. You know, before I just made my own work, which was totally movement-based and non-narrative. And this show is not narrative, but it has a theme within each section. So my movement had to reflect that, and at the same time look different, you know, and work in the pop context, even though being different. And I thought, how am I going to do this? That's true, because before, I didn't even used to work with music. The music in my work comes later. I create the piece, and then the movement, I put it on top of the music much later. I don't work to the music at all, because then it becomes really obvious to me. So I thought, God, these songs, you know, these are songs with words, and they have a meaning. How am I going to do that? Like, all those questions were in my head.
Raphael's choreography is unique, it's inspiring, and to put that into the context of a pop concert makes it entirely different. And I think that's representative of the show, and what we've done with a lot of the other people on the show is take what they do and blend it with what I do, and come up with something new. It's the old 1 + 1 = 3 theory.
During rehearsals for her fast-approaching tour, Kylie Fever unexpectedly took America by storm. Her album climbed to #3 in the Billboard chart. She was obliged to travel stateside for a whirlwind promotional visit.
Kylie Minogue. Kylie Minogue is here.
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, Kylie Minogue is here.
I found my Valentine and she just walked in.
The song that got Kylie Minogue on the map in 1988, The Locomotion. Wow, you've come a long way, darling. You look 18 still.
You look even better than you did back in the 80s.
I'm not trying to kiss your butt because you're hot, but you look timeless.
Your hair is a normal color this time around.
I'm old and fat.
So, Fever.
Fever.
February 26th.
And Kylie Minogue can't get shit out of my head, and she was just dancing. I love that.
La 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 la
La la la.
la la. You like that?
The song you really can't get out of your head.
You're gonna be at the Virgin Megastore Friday, 6 o'clock.
And that's Times Square this Friday.
Times Square.
And it's gonna be crazy. MTV is gonna be there. I mean, Kylie's just gonna take over on Friday. This is big. Right after Valentine's, it's gonna be great.
I was really frustrated because I just kept going, oh, this is my rehearsal time, and it looked so good on the schedule before we started. A month to rehearse, great. Got time before that to do other things. You need to go to Mexico, you need to go to America. No, I don't want to go. Make a video, do 3 photo shoots. And I just could hardly care less about all of those things at the time. All I wanted to do was work on the tour. I don't know if it would have been foolish of me not to go, but it was beneficial to go. And I guess there's a part of me that thought, I'll be fine. Do it, come back, I'll be fine. And as it turned out, I wasn't, because I got so ill, which is hardly surprising, doing all of that. But
roll video playback, please.
it's more like the Muppets and everything else. There's people running back, forwards, and asking questions about all kinds of different things, about the video, about the tour, about the photo shoots. The 2 photo shoots we've got to do is just madness. And now you can't hear anything.
Hi, honey.
On a show day, Kylie arrives at the venue at 4 o'clock. The crews work through the night, dismantling, transporting and re-erecting the elaborate and complicated stage set. The band is ready for her on stage and wait for the sound check and their obligatory meeting on the stairs, where they appraise the previous night's musical performance.
For me, sound check is essential, not only because of the technical aspect of the show, you know, being in a different venue, a different room, but it's part of the daily routine. I wouldn't say I'm superstitious about it, but I do feel better when I've had sound check.
I'm really proud that my show's live and that I perform live, but it doesn't seem like it's something to be that proud of. It seems that that's the way it should be, and that's the way it's always been for me. So in my show, it's a thrill and it's essential to be able to perform live.
And of course there's the small matter of the stairs. And when Andrew says, we're going to have the stairs up to sound check, everyone goes, oh God, I know it was me, what have I done? I think we all really love it, but you're just worried, what did I do wrong? Well, he listens back to the show after every performance. And it's constantly a work in progress, you know, things are going to change, so it's fantastic. And when I first met Andrew, it was reassuring that he would tell me, you know, you sang that bit completely out of tune, or you need to call back here or give some more there.
It would be nice. Sometimes that's flat. It would be nice. I'm not here.
I did get a gold star one day at the stairs.
Gold star. I sat at home when I studied. I rewound it 4 times thinking it was one tiny bit that's wrong. No, gold star. It was love, gold star.
I got a gold star.
She's really, really good. Really on top of things. Everyone thinks she mimes. She doesn't mime a word, you know. She's great. Real pro. Fantastic. I actually said to her the other day, to my shame, when I first got called to do this gig, I was like, oh no, Kylie Minogue, oh man. Then I thought, oh no, not her. But her talent actually impressed me. She's actually really good.
Without the sexual healing, passion dies. Without some tender meanings in it.
just think in this business you can only be controlling to a certain extent. And it's the X factor. People keep asking me all the time, why do you think it's now? Why are you so successful? Hey, if I knew, I'd market it. I'd sell it to you in a bottle. Who knows? It's just the time for it to happen. That's it. I'm suddenly on this wave, and it feels good, but obviously the wave is quite dangerous at the same time. So I'm trying to look cool and graceful while I do it, but I am aware that I could tumble under this any minute.
It won't be long now.
I'm just having a rest for the big day.
It's dressage style. It's half pony, half meerkat. Pony at the bottom, meerkat at the top.
It won't be long now. Breathe. Breathe.
We are now.
Hello.
We are now on our way.
I think that the whole of Impossible Princess, for all of its few ups and many downs, was an absolute blessing in disguise. I have had many incarnations, as we all know. I think they're all in the show. I mean, just to give an overview of different characters that I play. And it's odd that it's something that people couldn't get their heads around years ago. So I am thoroughly relieved that nowadays people expect that from me. I'm lots of things, and I can't even offer an explanation for that. That's just the way I am. I think that's the way all people are. Maybe they're not. And if I had to choose one of those characters, I might as well stop breathing. It just isn't me.
Here we go.